Welcome everyone to this week's little publishing outreach. It's a public service announcement for everyone wanting to publish.
That's
So,
right.
needless to say, we're going to start our segment by making 2 points. One, publishing is not just legacy print publishing. All and every media you do that you make it available to the world has been published, whether it's just a social media post, whether it's video, whether it's just print only. Once you release it, you are a published author to some degree. And the second point I want to make is that Dortha and I are having technical difficulties today.
How appropriate.
And she is our automation queen. So if we're trying to figure it out, please just join us. So
Come
today
along
we're
for the
speaking
ride.
about YouTube. There's fabulous things happening with it. And Dortha and I are super excited about it. It is everything right now. It's really the source of so much. And for starters, YouTube is not a social media platform, is a search engine. So yes, although you can build a following in a community, it doesn't necessarily rely on 100% your network like Facebook or other Instagram or other true social media platforms. And we're going to discuss that at a later point, but we're going to get started because from internet down to apparently Mercury retrograde, which I have questions, but we are going to discuss today because that's just how multimedia publishing is. It's just an oracle of information. So, Dortha, darling, get us
Yes.
started.
Please take it away.
Take it away.
All right. I'm going to put a pin in the Mercury retrograde and we'll come back to that. So, Carolina and I were talking a few weeks ago, and I had shared that I was revamping my YouTube channel based on a tutorial I had taken, and then got kind of down a rabbit hole, as we tend to do once we get, kind of scratching the surface on things. So, one of the things that I realized recently in growing my own YouTube channel is that it's not just about making more videos. It's really that the growth that we get from our channel can come from the actual structure of the channel itself. So in the last few weeks, I personally have made some strategic improvements to my own channel, like updating, and actually I didn't have one at all, but adding a banner to my channel, creating specific playlists, including a start here path for new viewers that come to the channel, has dramatically already improved the overall experience of my landing page. So when someone comes to the channel, they will see something that's very inviting, and then it will be very directive to them to say, start here. This is, it gets them into the funnel and it gets them moving. So today I'm just going to show you a few simple upgrades that anyone can make. And just remember that it doesn't mean you have to make a bunch of new content. It can be with existing content you have and just getting it more streamlined and organized. So with that, I am sharing my screen. So you should be able to see my YouTube channel. And this banner is something that I actually went back and forth with with AI, with ChatGPT, getting some clarity around keeping it really simple, but making it very directive to the work that I do and the way I support my clients. So the banner is the very first thing that someone's going to see when they come to your channel. And you want it to quickly answer one question, and that is, what is this channel about? So for me, it's stop overworking and start intentionally scaling, or scaling intentionally. Then under that, I have strategic systems, delegation, and sustainable growth. Those are the kind of touchstones of the topics that I speak on, as well as things that people can expect to hear about on my channel. So a strong banner should have a clear promise or the transformation that you offer in your work, that you provide in the work that you do, who the channel is for, and then have that reflected in your brand, have that visual style reflected in your brand. So for me, it's that, like I just said, stop overworking, start scaling intentionally. And instead of repeating your name, like this is one of the things that a lot of people do, is put their name in the channel, in the banner. Instead of doing that, it should communicate the value of what you're doing in the world and what you do on your channel.
Okay.
So I do have some prompts, by the way, that I can share. We can put in the comments that help you to get this for yourself as well.
I love it. And one staying on banner, right? I do curate a few brands
Hmm.
that I consult on a fractional CMO basis. And one of the challenges that we've had is that when you create that banner, remember your content is consumed on different
Platforms. Yeah,
platform no
phone
no not just the
devices.
platforms, different devices.
Hmm.
So when you're doing, there's actually a template that you can download that shows you what will show on a mobile, on a tablet, and on a desktop,
Yep,
because it won't be the same banner on
that's
all
right.
three. It's not like a website um
Mobile
that
friendly.
yeah, that is responsive.
Hmm.
This is responsive, but it
Yep,
won't be just resizing. It
that's
actually
right.
crops parts of it. So
Yep.
you got to be mindful. Otherwise, half your words could be cropped, on phones or tablets.
Yeah. And when you upload your banner in the back end of your YouTube channel, it will actually show you in that same template you're talking about, Carolina,
Mhm.
how it will look across all devices. So if your words are in that frame where it says what all devices will see, you're golden. If not, or if something is hard to read, because on mobile, that's the thing that you have to really be paying attention to, is that this will get scaled down. So you want to make sure that every word can be read, no
Mhm.
matter what kind of device they're on.
Agreed. And
Mhm.
then what you can do, because we're going to go off the way here, is you can take that template. Because if you're Dortha, you're going to get it on the first shot. If you're me, you're going to a couple of times until you get it right. And so what I ended up doing was transferring that template onto Canva and then putting it above my banner that I was creating. Sorry, we were laughing so hard now. It's like I got things happening here.
Makeup was running.
I know. Well, yes, actually, in the warming of this show, makeup was running. Yeah, so you put it on Canva, and then you're able to adjust and fit the spaces that YouTube is telling you to fit.
Yes. And yeah, so that's kind of the last thing I have on banner, unless you have anything else, Carolina. I was going to move into
Mm,
playlists.
No,
We're
I
good.
think playlist is there's been major upgrades to playlists, so we're
Yes.
gonna want to talk about that.
Yeah. So one of the probably least utilized pieces on your channel is actually something like this, where you see I have a start here, build a sustainable business. So this is actually where I put what is called the welcome video. And a lot of people, the mistake that we see often on channels is that they put some piece of content there that you did when you first started your channel, like more than a year ago, or when you were first starting to learn how to record video, and you're a more polished professional now when you're doing more videos, and that comes across kind of badly. So one of the things that I was playing with was like putting a more current piece of content there as that welcome message, right? So when somebody comes to my channel right now, you're seeing it as me because I'm logged in. But Carolina, if you were showing your screen logged in as me, not logged in as me, but if you were logged in as yourself visiting my channel, you would see start here, and then this would be the welcome message. This you are the why you're still the bottleneck in your business. So I've done a couple of things here. One is I've carried the consistent branding from my banner into my thumbnail images on my playlist. And this very clearly tells somebody where to start. It's going to give them a lay of the land, what they can expect. And I've made something where they're like, oh, you're the bottleneck. Oh, yeah, you know what? I am the bottleneck. It makes them call themselves out. And I'm doing it kind of in a loving, gentle way, like we talk about being provocative without being controversial,
That's
and
one of my
saying like,
signature lines.
exactly, as you like to say. So this is why having that welcome video is really important. Having a trail of breadcrumbs for someone to follow is very important. One of the other things within a playlist that's really important is at the end of each of those videos, you can have them at the end screen, you can have them go to another playlist, or you can have them go to another video, and there's
Mm,
always that option to subscribe. So these are things that you can add to each of your videos. It doesn't take long. You don't have to be super tech savvy. It will walk you through how to do it. You can actually pick a template, or you can add elements at the end of the video. And the thing about playlists, one of the probably underutilized purposes of playlists is that it will help viewers to actually binge your content, right? Because they're going to, oh, like this is the next one in the series. This is the next one. YouTube starts to understand your topics and your content, and that will help them to start recommending you as well. And it guides people deeper into your channel. So from Start Here, I have other playlists, as you can see: embodied leadership and capacity, smart systems and intentional scaling, right? And then my shorts. So all of
And I
that to
love that the
say,
color, sorry, I'm
no,
such
that's
an
okay.
image, visual person.
Yes.
That I love that you've really curated the visual of the
Yeah.
channel. Like
Yeah.
everything is within the same color family.
Yeah. Yeah. And just
And
using
actually,
like, oh, go ahead.
sorry, before we go too far,
Yeah,
the algorithm actually checks that.
it
So
does.
if you're using like the more professional your channel is,
Yep.
whether it's the splash cards or any just the way you're writing your descriptions or everything, the
Yep.
more professional it is, like a higher production value, and you don't need to do like fancy schmancy effects on it. Just the
Mm-mm.
professionalism of it, YouTube will actually promote your content.
Yes.
And they'll send you little love notes saying,
They do.
we appreciate the high production value of your content and blah, blah, blah,
And
blah.
you'll start to see things like more comments coming through and more subscribers coming through your channel as well, because you're starting to get traction within the algorithm, which is like, it's this mythical thing, right? Everybody talks about the algorithm like it's some kind of, Bigfoot in the wild. But there are ways that you can actually kind of, it's like a fire. You keep stoking that fire, it's going to continue to burn hotter and hotter. And if you, translate that accordingly, right? One of the other things that you can do is be consistent in your posting. So my recommendation with that is batch produce a bunch of videos and then schedule them out, right? Because that's one of the most probably simplified ways that you can actually do a big production of things. And as you can see, like these are interviews, so they're a little
And if
longer.
that works for you, I have to tell you,
Yeah.
the
Doesn't it
batch
work for you?
content, I don't know, yeah, it doesn't work for me. However, and to be quite honest, I mean, we've been a media organization for, I don't know, Dortha, how long have we been at this? 10 years or so?
Something like that.
Close to. But you know what? We actually have not used YouTube a lot.
Yeah.
Is that because we stream directly to LinkedIn? We're really a LinkedIn, Facebook secondary, but LinkedIn shop. Up until now, we have been, and we're expanding onto YouTube. And now it makes sense. It's beginning to make a lot more sense. I mean, I live and breathe YouTube as a consumer, but
Mhm.
as a creator, it just there was no need, right?
Yeah.
But now that they have added all these extra features, and we're going to stay on playlist a little bit longer, Dortha, because
Yeah.
two of the new things that have been created in YouTube's leveling up, and I don't think we can see it on your channel right now because you have to be logged in to be able to see it, is that now you are able to have collaborations with other
Mm.
creators.
Mhm.
And so what does that mean? That means that, for example, this program, this episode that we are recording under, our own channel, which is PwC Global. We just started our PwC Publishing YouTube channel. And, now I'll be able to send a link when I go create a collaboration out of this recording and send it to Dortha. And then she'll be able to upload it onto her channel, activate
Yeah.
it on her channel as a playlist.
Mhm.
And then what happens is when people click on that playlist, it shows all the collaborators, their channels, and a button to subscribe.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
now you're able to really leverage each other's network and audience and content,
Mhm.
right? And the primary owner, if we must call it that, or creator, still retains like the ultimate control, but the other channels are able to feature it as
Yeah.
well.
It's just like
And
on
it works to your, to
yeah,
your search engine and your AI optimization
yeah,
as
it's just like
well.
collaboration on like Instagram. Somebody you can collaborate on a post. It's very similar to that. And
Okay.
then except that you get to upload it as well. So that
Nice.
feature in and of itself, in my opinion, is worth gold because if you've ever done like these interviews down here,
Mhm.
they had to send me the file separately, like using
Yes.
Dropbox or something. And it's a big
Yes.
pain because these
Mhm.
files get to be quite large. And then you have to make sure that you're using all the proper things and right. So this makes it very seamless to do collaborative work. And I think it's a huge win for content creators on the
Absolutely.
YouTube side.
And the
Mhm.
person at the other end is able to download the video and
Yeah.
create, shorts or create
Ye-
additional assets with it.
Yeah. Which
So
is
even just for the file transfer, right? Like that's worth it's worth
huge.
its weight in gold. And
Yes.
another thing that you're now able to do with playlists, which I have not checked it out just like I became aware of it, but I haven't tried it just yet, is the creation of courses.
Mm.
And is all through playlist.
Hmm.
Now, there are some caveats, and we'll come back. We'll try it, test it, and tell you what went right, what went wrong. Sorry, what went right? What was a learning lesson?
What was a learning experience?
Sure. Because there's some restrictions, like for example, the content that you put as a lesson or in that playlist cannot be published anywhere else or cannot be available. Like I just saw it. I have not had time to start one, but I we will check to see what the limitations are, and and they're not the only ones.
Yeah.
If you are publishing anything on Amazon, for example, and it's available for free anywhere on the internet, they won't let you publish,
Yeah.
right? So
That's
you
right.
need to publish there first and then put any kind of content to but we're not on Amazon today. That's another episode.
That's
So
for another
but
episode.
speaking of podcasts, you can
Mhm.
now
You
also
can have
add
a
your
podcast.
podcast
Mhm.
onto YouTube.
And that would come up here under what you're seeing on my channel where it says home videos, shorts, playlist. There's a tab that will say podcasts. And
Yes.
if you are connected, so there's two ways that a podcast really works in your advantage. If you're doing video, which I highly recommend if you're doing a podcast,
Mhm.
that you use the audio somewhere like, if it's Spotify or
Like an
Buzzsprout or
MP3. You have
something like
the
that.
MP3 file of
That
it.
will come into your podcast playlist as well as
Mhm.
the video. So you're getting twofer, right? It's a twofer because
Mhm.
you get the video version and the audio version coming in from different places. So again, YouTube is seeing that consistency and making sure that you're doing regular posting, at least once a week, depending on your audience size. If you're growing your channel, once a week is showing that consistency. Just if you can schedule your content, it's great because then it's going to come out at the same time. It's going to let YouTube know that you're doing all the things and it makes the algorithm happy. So anytime we
Yeah,
can do that, right?
for sure, for sure. And you know what is I have to tell you, YouTube is not difficult, but it's not easy. Like if let me think about that. It's not intuitive.
Mm.
In
Yes.
order, I have been online with clients that I'm trying to tell them how to set it up properly or to do something.
Yep.
And to find how I did it on mine is like, some mystery search, right? That
Yes.
it is not the most intuitive, but
Yeah.
but the reason I'm saying that is because that's where Dortha's genius comes in. Like Dortha is our editorial director of all of our assets, like the magazine, the YouTube channel, like all of it,
All of it.
curating, make sure we are on brand and on point, and that we are using the features that mean something,
Yeah.
right? And I have to tell you, YouTube is one of those things as a creator that we probably use 20%. Like there's still a lot of it that when I see it, it's like, I need to find out what that is, right? But,
Yes.
if you're me from a curation and research standpoint, okay. But if you're a clinician, a practitioner, a service provider, you don't necessarily have time to be, playing the guessing game. Just contact Dortha.
Yeah.
right? And get your discovery session and find out by the time you spend 8 hours or, hire Dortha for an hour, it's going to be a lot cheaper to hire someone
And a lot
for an
less
hour
headache.
than for you to spend all day trying to figure it out, right? And still
Yeah.
not get it right,
Right.
right? That's
Yeah.
the main thing.
And
So
and
what
I
do we
think I
have?
will. Yeah, so I was also going to just say, like, someone like myself, I stay very current on all the things.
Mhm.
So that's another factor, is like these things are constantly changing, and that can be crazy making for a content creator, right? So we talked about playlists, we talked about that welcome video and your banner. So the next thing is analytics. If you already have a channel, you can come into your analytics, and one of the most interesting things that you can find back here is the source of where your traffic comes from. So if you click the analytics and then you go into audience, maybe it'll go, I don't know what's happening. There we go. And you can actually see like what's happening by day with your channel. And then hang on here, advanced mode. This will open up an additional window, and you have to have it break the content down. It defaults to content, but you can actually scroll through here. I'm looking for audience, subscription source. So if you click that, it will actually give you data for, you can do like
What did
for
you
the
do in
last
that one day?
nothing apparently.
Two
So if
seconds.
you look at this, what's really cool is it will tell you, for me, my number of subscribers from YouTube watch page, which is the page that comes up at the end of a video. I've
Mhm.
gotten 4 subscribers. My YouTube channel directly, 2. Most people think that their subscribers come from that landing page from our channel, and that's actually, for the most part, not accurate.
Yeah. And you know what? In any of the videos that you watch from other, remember, we're a different type of content creator. If
Mhm.
you're connected to Dortha or I or anything to do with PWT Global, we're not, full-time content creators or influencers. We are clinicians and practitioners and service providers
Yeah,
that do this as a means to educate and inform and serve our audience, but
yeah,
so we play it differently, right? So to say something, and I don't know if it's just my own rebelliousness or passive aggressiveness, but if I come across no me if I come across a channel or a video or whatever that the first thing they tell me is subscribe, it's like, why?
close.
I don't- yeah, like, or don't scroll past this video, scroll.
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
do
don't tell
exactly
me
what
what
you
to
just said.
do, right?
Mhm.
Is you got to, and we're going to come back because this is a longer topic. We're actually going to do a magic tour of all the different platforms. What's a social media? What's a search engine? How to optimize each one? And does it make sense for you to be everywhere?
Yeah.
Because really you just need to know where your audience is coming from. If you go
Mm.
to our new channel, so Powerful Women Today for us has been our longer channel, and it's just been a honestly, it's been a place to park videos for a long time, right? Because we stream directly to our channels on LinkedIn and Facebook. So LinkedIn alone, I was putting together my analytics for a new client that's coming on board, a partner. Sorry, it's not a client. It's a promotion partner. And I was saying, we've had close to 300,000 impressions just last year alone, right? And because we were talking about the 1 million woman challenge, and he's like 300,000 impressions, and I said, yeah, we do, and that's just us. That's not counting our collaborations and all of that, right? So if somebody goes to our YouTube channel and sees our activity there, it's like mwah, mwah, mwah. But really, because it's not our primary channel.
Mhm.
However, if you are using YouTube to park videos and then think, oh, I'll just copy it and post it on another of my social media sites, you actually get penalized for it, because
Yeah.
any link that you put that takes them away from that platform, they kind of try to push it down, because the whole name of the game is to keep you on the platform,
Mm,
right? That's why you have to stream directly into, if you have content greater than 10 minutes.
yep.
So anyway, so we're going to get into all of that, because it's for Dorothy and I, is a passion, is a challenge, and we're just blessed enough that we get to do this for a living, and in a source of amusement. So
Yeah.
Dortha, how can people get in contact with you?
Well, you can find me on most of the socials. LinkedIn is probably the best place to go. I'm sure there'll be links in this particular string of videos. You can find me on YouTube, shocker. And the one thing I did want to leave with is to remember that you don't need to create more content. Sometimes you just need better structure.
Yeah.
So,
And and I'm bad for that. Like, I always just keep generating new, right? Because that just feeds my, I don't know, short attention span. But the reality is that you're sitting on gold,
yeah,
on all that raw footage that now can be turned into shorts, that now can
yeah,
be, repurposed across all the other platforms and expand your ROI, right?
that's right.
So next week we're going to speak about optimization. It's change. It has changed, right? Anybody that's still talking about SEO, and we're going to talk about how really is how to be search engine optimized, how to be AI search optimized,
Yes.
and we'll be talking about that next week. And there's been so many things that are now transpiring, that we're expanding out of LinkedIn and Facebook, for PwC Global, and for Dortha as well, because we publish. So now our publishing keeps expanding. So we need to, like, thank you. But we need to get out of kind of our primary, platforms, and keep expanding. So it's a great opportunity to discover what's new and to bring it to you guys. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's brilliant, Dortha, and thank you for sharing that. And we've started almost like 5 new channels on YouTube, Dortha and I, in the last little bit, and we are testing its growth, how to make it work. And by the way, you don't need a million. Again, we're not influencers,
That's
right?
right.
You don't need a million followers, or like, you just need the right niche
That's
in your
right.
right audience
I mean,
to have access to your
a
content.
thousand subscribers is nice for that monetization piece, but you really have to be intentional about how you're utilizing that. And 1,000 is doable.
1,000 is doable, and we can help you with campaigns to make that happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's brilliant. So if we're still here, nothing collapsed. Thank you. And I know we usually stream a week away, so it won't be Mercury retrograde. I don't even know. Please, let's spend the last 2 minutes explaining Mercury retrograde, and I have questions.
Okay. Do you want to start with the questions
Yes,
or
he said Mercury, the only one that retrogrades. Why
no?
not all the other planets?
All the planets do experience retrograde. Generally speaking, Jupiter just, I think, recently came out of retrograde. It's stationing direct right now, or Saturn, I can't remember which. But if, essentially, what a retrograde is an optical illusion that the planet appears to be rotating backwards. And it happens with Mercury for about 3 weeks. And most people tend to freak out the most around Mercury retrograde because Mercury is the god of communication and
But
mischief
if it's
and
an
all of
optical
that,
illusion, why does it affect people?
because some people are more sensitive to the energies. I don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
mm,
Follow-up question.
aha.
Don't worry about it. You just like put your best foot forward, and I do follow a rule of three, and I don't even know where I got these, where something happened. Okay, that's one, right? And the same thing happens. Okay, that's two. Say again, same thing happens. Sometimes it's like dropping something, right? Or
Yeah, yeah.
or or just something appears in your radar, like an image or a name or something. By about the third time, it's like, okay, I'm paying attention. So there are signs. I am not the most proficient at it, and that's why we have Dorothy. It's beautiful, and for that you need to switch channels to our WEFM. There's all this beautiful world that is occurring outside of the obvious,
Yes.
And so trust it. If you're feeling the energy, you're feeling the energy. If you're not, you're not, right? Does
Yep.
Earth go into retrograde?
No, I think if it did, it would probably kill us because that would.
Okay. So let's not give the universe ideas. So on that note, thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for following. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Dortha.
Thanks,
Until
Carolina.
next time.